Hey, I'm Ryan from Gold Medal Bodies, and today I'm going to show you how to get the handstand. Now, when Anthony asked me to do this tutorial, I was pretty excited. The reason why is I spend a good deal of my time on my hands, whether it be in handstands or doing some other hand balancing kind of tricks. Now, this tutorial isn't just about how to do the handstand, but how to better your handstand once you get it. In the end, I'll show you some, little advanced moves that you can start working on. But no matter what, we all have to focus on our form. And that's something that I want you all to be careful with and really focus on when working on the handstand. We're going to start off, and I'm going to show you basically from A to Z of what you need to do in order to get the handstand. This is how I train all my people, and I'm sure if you follow these steps that you'll be able to get this. Now, at the end of the video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about sets and reps and how long you need to hold this in order to be successful for the handstand. We're going to begin with the wrist prep. For our wrist prep, we're going to go ahead and splay our fingers, placing them on the ground about shoulder width apart, making sure that our elbow pits are facing forward. From there, we're going to rock our body back and forth, making sure that we hold the forward position for a couple seconds before moving back. Now, in the beginning, this might be kind of uncomfortable, but the more you can work on this, the better your handstand is going to be, because it's going to allow you to get your wrists flexible enough to be able to hold the handstand longer. Next, we'll turn our fingertips back so that they're facing towards our knees. Same thing here. We want to hold the back position this time. Make sure that your palms don't come up off the floor when you're doing this. Last but not least, we're going to turn our wrists over so that, once again, our fingers are facing towards our knees, but we're on the back of our hands. This is going to be quite uncomfortable. If you can't do this very well, make sure to bring your hands closer to your knees. Keep those arms straight. Now, having strong and flexible wrists is not just for handstands. This can help you with no matter what you're doing, even computer work if you do that a lot throughout the day. So that's why you can perform this warm-up every single day, not just on the days that you're working on your handstand. Next thing we're going to look at is the hollow body position. This is what you must have in order to master the handstand. It's extremely important and something that you'll be working on and coming back to later, even once you get the handstand. So make sure that you understand the hollow body position and that you work gradually through each progression before going to the full extension. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hollow body position. For the hollow body position, we'll start by bringing our chin to our chest. You're going to roll your shoulders down. This isn't a crunch like I'm doing right there. Make sure to keep those shoulders down, arms extended. Bring your feet off of the ground with your knees at a 90-degree angle. From here, you want to hold, making sure that your lower back is on the ground. Don't let your stomach come up. Your hands shouldn't be able to fit between the floor and your lower back. So make sure that you're squeezing down and pushing into the floor. Once you can get that, straighten your legs. While keeping your lower back on the ground, extend your legs as far as you can. If you can't do this in the beginning, this means that you need to go back to the previous version that you're performing. Ultimately, we're trying to extend our body to full extension, again making sure to keep our lower back married to the ground. Now, it would be nice to have the full extension in the hollow body position before starting work on our actual handstands. But I know that you're probably itching to get to the wall and start your handstand work. So, while you're working on the hollow body position, you can still go ahead and use the wall and start work with your body facing in, basically with your stomach against the wall. In the beginning, if you have trouble getting up into this position, that means that you need to work longer on strengthening your shoulders. So I would suggest in the beginning, rather than going all the way to the full extension on the wall, just practice on walking your feet up the wall and then walking your feet down the wall, trying to really lock your arms out. That's really going to help. But let's go ahead and take a look now at the wall facing in position that we need for our handstand. We'll begin our wall work by walking our feet up the wall. This can be tricky in the beginning. Make sure that you lock out your arms and go slow with this. Once you are against the wall, bend your ankles so that your toes are against the wall. Make sure that your body is not flat against the wall, nor that you're sticking your head out like I'm doing right there. We want to keep this hollow body position. Look at the wall in the beginning. Once you've properly held this for time, it's time to slowly walk our hands away from the wall and slide our feet down. Alright, once you get that, it's time to still use the wall but face out. This is great because we can start working on our entry into the handstand. What I mean by that is actually kicking up into the handstand. So when we were facing the wall, we're obviously walking up the wall. But this time is great because we can also practice on getting that proper momentum necessary to kick up into the handstand. So let's take a look at the wall handstand facing out. Facing out while using the wall is great because it allows us to start work on kicking up into the handstand. This will be necessary for the freestanding handstand. So in the beginning, you can practice on just kicking up to the wall. Once you get there, straighten your body, making sure that you perform the hollow body hold. Once this becomes comfortable, we want to work on pulling our feet away from the wall. This is going to take some practice and you might come down. That's fine. It'll just give you an opportunity to work on the kick up back into the handstand. However, once you get comfortable with this, really focus on pulling your feet away from the wall. Once you can hold this position, it's safe to move on to the freestanding handstand. The L stand is really great to help shore up some of the weaknesses we might have in our shoulders, as well as shore up our form. Now, the L stand is surprisingly difficult, and that's actually why I have it after the other wall work that we performed earlier. Get the hollow body and the L stand, and you'll really see big improvements in your handstand work. The L stand is great because it'll help us open up our shoulders, and this will really help improve our freestanding handstand. We'll walk our feet up the wall, taking us into a 90-degree position. If your hands are too close to the wall, that's cool. You can just walk them out a little bit. Focus on looking at the wall and driving your rear end up in the air. Create a nice line with your body. Make sure to push down and away from the floor. All right, next thing we need to work on is freestanding handstands. As long as you put plenty of practice in with using the wall, facing out, and trying to kick your feet off of the wall and hold it, you should be good to go for the freestanding handstand. Just be careful. Sometimes what's good is when you get up into the handstand, you think you're going to fall, turn your body out of it. It's kind of like doing a cartwheel out of it. Be careful, have fun with it, and let's take a look at the freestanding handstand. Once you've worked through all the previous progressions, it's time for the freestanding handstand. There's a lot of different ways you could get into this. I prefer the straddle stand when I begin, but you might just want to stick with the tuck in the beginning. When you're in the handstand, focus on pushing down and away from the ground. Hold that hollow body position. All right, we've covered a lot in this video so far, but how can we use everything that I showed you? Well, this is how you're going to do it. Each phase of the handstand that you're going to work on, for example, the hollow body hold. Next thing would be the wall facing in. Of course, after that, the wall facing out, and then finally the freestanding handstand. Each of those phases, you're going to start off by working on 5 to 10 seconds for each hold. So, in our case of the hollow body hold, this one you can actually probably do a bit longer because it's on the ground. So you get into the hollow body position, whether that be with your feet at 90 degrees, your legs bent at 90 degrees, or maybe you're already at the point where you can do the full extension. Hold that for 5 to 10 seconds. You want to work up to 6 sets of doing that. Once you can do that, you're going to add 5 seconds to each set. We're working up to being able to do one set for 1 minute. Once we get that 1 minute, that's a good and general way of letting us know that we're ready to move on to the next phase. Once you get the freestanding handstand, time to go into some more advanced movements. I'm just going to show you a couple clips here of me and some of the things that I like to do. But really, it's limitless. There's so much stuff you can do out there once you get the handstand. I like to think of the handstand simply as a bridge to fun and even better, and of course more technical movements. Have fun with this. That's something big with us. We want to have fun, and you know, fun means being able to do it safely so that you can progress to some of these more advanced movements. I want to thank Anthony for letting me share with all of you here. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll be sure to answer those. And if you want more information on what we're doing and some more examples on the handstand, be sure to visit goldmedalbodies.com.